What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy Bird, man. We back on Bird's Eye View, man. We back with another banger, bro. So, first of all, Merry Christmas. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, man. Everybody was safe, able to see their family. I know on the last video we spoke, a little bit about Colorado, some Jackson State news when it came to recruiting. Some of the things that we talked about in that last video ended up coming true. Of course, we had a few guys that got signed. So, of course, we're going to break down that. You're going to kind of get into that a little bit. Not gonna keep you long again, just a quick little video, just kind of update regarding Jackson State, Campbell, and Colorado when it comes to recruiting. Let's get it. All right, so news out of Jackson State camp, man. Of course, Sivion Wilkerson decided to stay home. He's gonna run it back, so that's really, really good for that Jackson State program and that run game. Of course, we know about Esias Guthrie from Delaware State committing. So of course, they both played together at Delaware State. So they have that camaraderie already. So, I'm not surprised that Sivion State, not surprised that, they're teaming back up. So that was a really, really good keep for them. Of course, as far as like the recruiting trail, Joshua Short transfer. He's a DB from Southern. Actually, he's Phillip, the quarterback that transferred from Holmes Community College. They're brothers. Joshua was at Southern. He was a freshman last year, so he has 3 years of eligibility coming in to play DB. So that was another pickup. The Isaiah Spencer kid, the 3-star wide receiver from Mississippi. So they was able to keep a Mississippi kid in the state of Mississippi. 3-star receiver, 6'2", about $180. So that was a really good, keep to keep him in the state of Mississippi. I really like that for them. They're loading back up on receivers, so I feel like that'll be a big pickup. Some other big news: the dual threat quarterback, PJ Hatter from Spring, Texas, 6'2", 180, man, had over 3,800 yards, total yards, man. Again, he's a dual threat, so 3,800 total yards, 66 touchdowns. I think like 55 of those were through the air, and another 11 on the ground. I mean, he had an incredible season, man. So he's going to be coming in out of Spring, Texas. Coming in as a true freshman, so it's going to be a good quarterback battle. I know we talked in one of the previous videos about, Jackson needing to bring in another quarterback, another comparable quarterback to push Phillip Short as well, so you can have a QB battle. And then, of course, you choose the best one. So that's another good pickup for Jackson State. Also, the Mike Evans kid, the 3-star receiver, that's at West Virginia University of West Virginia. That kid is in the transfer portal. As you see, those are his offers. He got a lot of, so he got a few HBCU schools, in his top choices. So we'll see. FAMU. I know Jackson State. Alabama State. So we'll see where he ends up. That could be a good gift for someone 6 foot, 185 pounds, and has about 3 years eligibility left. Again, he'll be a West Virginia transfer. So we'll see where he goes. Now, let's move to Campbell. Of course, we know about Campbell being, the #1 recruiting institution in FCS currently right now. They've been holding that title for, for months now. And they're not slowing down. Of course, when we last checked, they were the only FCS program even in the top 100 when it comes to recruiting. And they just keep being great. Mike Minter, he's just doing an incredible job, man. And he's building something at Campbell. They picked up the Kevon Bailey kid. He's actually Champ Bailey's son. Now, of course, everyone, not everyone, but man, a lot of you guys know about Champ Bailey, man. The former NFL cornerback, DB, that did a whole lot of great things in the league, man. His son, Kevon, has committed to Campbell. He's a 3-star DB, so that's a good get, to get somebody like that's going to come in and have a chance to, play right away and, give you some snaps, some meaningful snaps right away. So that's a good pickup for them. They also got a Georgia State transfer, a bigger guy on a D line. He's a D tackle, I believe. He's like 6'3", 250 from Georgia State. His name is Trey Moore. So they're able to get him. So they're just beefing up front. Datorian Brown Law is a 3-star receiver from Cali. So Mike Minter is going all over. He's recruiting all over the country. 3-star receiver from Cali, good get. Another athlete. So that's a really good gift for them. They also got a DB from Iowa Wesleyan. That is a JUCO in Iowa. He was first team all conference, a DB. So, bringing in more DBs. Of course, I trust Mike Minter. He was an NFL DB, so I trust him when it comes to, understanding DB talent. and what's out there and what he feels is going to be comparable enough to do what he needs to do in his system and make his things work for his defense. So, that's a really good get. Some really good gets for Campbell. I mean, the rich keep getting richer, I guess you can say, with them being the #1 overall recruiting class, in the 2023 class, and being the only FCS team in the top 100 when it comes to overall recruiting in Division I football. So, Campbell keeps being great, and we're gonna keep tracking that. Keep track of Mike Mincer. So, again, we're gonna switch back to Colorado, man, and I mean, this team is coming together, and I feel like, man, if they get a couple more, they're a few more recruits away from this thing. This thing can really be fun for them in 2023. I mean, we all know about the guys that they've already signed, and they signed on early national signing day. I think they're up to like over 30 commits now. It's remarkable what they're able to do in such a short period of time. I want to get his name right. They signed that 4-star tight end. He was like one of the top 2 tight ends in the transfer portal. He was one of the top tight ends in the country. He was first team All Sun Belt. Seydou Traore. I hope I'm saying his name right. I believe he's from the UK. Unbelievable talent. Regarded as an NFL type guy. He's one of the best tight ends in college football right now. Like I said, he was first team All Sun Belt. And the Sun Belt is the best Group of 5 conference in the country. So you're getting somebody that's going to come in and play right away, man. I'm talking about a 4-star tight end that's coming in with of course, we talked about Tim Brewster in the last video and how he's a tight end guru. So having him come in, it's another weapon for Shedeur Sanders and for that offense. And like I said, he was the second ranked tight end in the entire portal. One of the best tight ends in the country, so that's a great pickup. So the Amarion Miller kid, I know we spoke about him in the previous video. The 6'2", 200-pound 4-star receiver, ranked the 14th ranked receiver in the nation. Previously committed to Nebraska. Of course, we were saying how he was crystal ball to Colorado. Of course, he committed yesterday to Colorado, so that's another big time get for that offense. Along with Jimmy Horn, we spoke about Jimmy Horn, the receiver from USF, South Florida, the dynamic kick returner, how he was able to score, touchdowns 3 different ways this year, rushing, receiving, and on a return game. So that's another dynamic get, another 4-star guy that Coach Prime was able to reel in and get the Boulder, man. So that's another big pickup for that offense and for that return game as well. They got the Casey Wiseman. He's a quarterback. He was previously committed to Kansas. Of course, we know Shedeur Sanders is primed to be QB1, but of course, you got to have more than one quarterback in that quarterback room that can get the job done, because, of course, you never know what can happen. And of course, depending on the type of year Shedeur Sanders has, in 23, he's draft eligible, so it's not far-fetched to say he can't have a draft eligible season. We don't know. He's going to have, weapons around him, and he's a damn good quarterback. So, we'll see what happens with that. But, they brought in the Wiseman kid, man, over 4,400 passing yards, 700 rushing yards, 53 touchdowns. So, that's a kid that has some great high school production. Again, previously committed to Kansas. He's now committed to Colorado. He's coming to Boulder. Last quick news here. Out of Colorado camp, they actually just signed the Omar White kid. He's a 4-star D tackle. He had offers from Bama, Clemson, Georgia. So of course, this is a big time get right here. ESPN 300 recruit, class of 2024. So he won't be in the 2023 class. He's actually in the 2024 class. He'll be a rising senior. So that's another great get for Coach Prime and the interior defensive line, to get an ESPN 300 guy. To get a guy that had Bama, Georgia, Clemson, just to say the least, after him, and you were able to take him away from those guys and get him committed. That's another good get for Colorado and for Coach Prime, man. So like I said, I wasn't gonna keep you too long. I continue to show love, continue to appreciate all the love that I'm getting on the videos. And like I said, I'm gonna continue to keep this content rolling for you guys because it's something that I'm passionate about and I'm having fun doing it. So, I love sharing this, sharing this information with you guys, just keeping you updated, what's going on in the recruiting trail. Of course, we got some other news coming out of, some other camps in the SWAC and around the country that we're going to speak on as well. But, it was just some big news, some good news from Campbell, from Jackson State, from Colorado. So, and again, we're going to also give a quick shout out real quick to Kobe Durant, man. Yesterday on Christmas Day, if you wasn't watching, man, the defensive back with the LA Rams. Of course, he played with South Carolina State and Buddy Pugh. Of course, South Carolina State is just a factory, this HBCU factory when it comes to sending guys to the NFL. Of course, they had Leonard, the linebacker with the Colts. He played there at South Carolina State. They have the top receiver right now who's going to be a really good steal for someone in the NFL, the receiver that they have currently. His name is slipping my mind, but big-time receiver they have right now in South Carolina State. He tore Jackson State up in the Celebration Bowl last year, big 6'4" body. So, South Carolina State, like I said, there's like an HBCU NFL factory right now. And then, Kobe Durant put on the show and put some people on the map. And that's a kid that, wasn't ranked out of high school, no stars, got a job straight out of high school. And he walked on to South Carolina State, and the rest is history. Ended up getting drafted. Well, I believe he was drafted in I want to say the 5th round. And I can fact check that, but he was end up getting drafted. Of course, this is his rookie year, and he had 2 interceptions yesterday. One he took to the house. So big time. Love to see that in the HBCU world. So keep it up, Kobe, and we're wishing the best for you. Again, appreciate it. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Again, we're going to stay up to date with everything we got going on here in college football, especially in the HBCU world. So again, appreciate you guys. We out here.